The Mexican company selected is Jose Cuervo, which sells tequila and has expanded its operations in the past years to foreign countries, such as United States. In this case, we are going to present two scenarios. The first one with the current exchange rate between both countries according to its value in May 8. On the other hand, the second scenario will reflect an appreciation of the peso and how this affects the translation risk when consolidating both reports.
As we can see, in the first scenario, the operating assets based on the company's reports have a value of this amount in pesos in the parent country, while in the subsidiary, it registered a value of operating assets of this other amount. The company has invested in the past years a sum of 123,439 pesos in the U.S. subsidiary at cost and has a loss of 158,799 pesos in long-term liabilities. When consolidating the operating assets by adding the value in pesos to the value in dollars divided by the exchange rate, the result is this other amount. Then, in the subtotals, we would put the sum of these three values in this cell, then the sum of the subsidiary values in this other cell, and finally, the consolidating sum in this other cell. In terms of the consolidation goodwill, the value was taken from the sum of the parent assets, invests, and long-term liabilities. The shareholders' funds would be the subtotals of the parent's company and of the subsidiary company. Then we would pass this other value to the shareholders' funds as well, which is the sum of these. And in the final result, we would again put this value in this cell, this other value in this other cell, and then we would just put this final value in this other cell, supposing that the shareholders' funds would be in these three values.
So now, in this scenario where the peso shows an appreciation, we can see that even though the operating assets in pesos and in the subsidiary are the same, we have a different result. Now we have less money in pesos because the dollar now is worth less. Of course, the next 3 points remains the same, but unlike the previous scenario, in the subtotal, we have again a decrease because it's the sum of all the column, and as we have already said, the consolidated operating assets are less. Now, supposing we are going to give the same amount of money to the shareholders as the previous scenario, that results in a loss on translation of 16,674,111 when we subtract the amount of the shareholder funds to the subtotal. At the end, we have a final result lower than the previous one because of the translation risk.